Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Barcelona potentially creating their own clothing brand, as well as we're going to be looking at some of the rumors regarding Joao Felix, as well as some players on loan. I want to give you an update regarding those players such as Serginho Dest, Eric Garcia, and etc. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything's down below in the description. Go over there and check us out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Joan Laporta's and Barcelona's decision specifically to basically create their own clothing brand. Now, this is reported by Sport, and everything is not official, but if you guys don't know, Barcelona, they have been having some tension with Nike as of late because Barcelona feel that Nike isn't paying the sufficient amount, the sponsorship money to Barcelona compared to other teams. And, this is why Barcelona, they were in contacts and negotiations with Puma. Puma were offering some lots of money to sponsor Barcelona. Just the thing is that Barcelona, they have a contract with Nike until 2027 or to 2028 around there. And so, we wouldn't be able to basically be sponsored by Puma until the end of that contract. There were some other rumors, Puma, you had Under Armour in there as well, and Homos. All these clothing brands were interested in Barcelona. And one of the decisions that is, gaining some momentum is for Barcelona to create their own clothing brand. Now, this is reported by Sport, and breaking news, FC Barcelona about to make a historic decision. The club is set to terminate its contract with Nike and create Barca's own brand to manufacture the jerseys. This will mean that the club will be able to sponsor itself and keep 100% of the profits. Now, what does this entire decision mean? Well, it means that the club will have their own brand through Barca Licensing and Merchandising (BLM), which already manufactures and distributes the non-sporting clothes and other items, and partnering with a large multinational company that would be in charge of manufacture and distribution of shirts. The final decision is expected throughout March, although it can even come next week. New communications are also expected with Nike, but Barca are not too optimistic about it. If Nike don't improve their offer, Barcelona will break the relationship with them in a friendly agreement. In the club, they believe that with their own brand, they would earn much more money. Production and distribution costs should be assumed, but it's money from the sales would to be totally for the club, turning the shirt into a new lever. Now, this is reported by Ferran Correas from Sport. And guys, I just threw a lot of information at you guys, but the bottom line is that Barcelona, they do not feel that the contract terms with Nike are sufficient, and so Barcelona, they're looking at alternatives because in this economic situation, we're trying to get as much money as possible, and increasing the amount of money that we get from shirt sales is one avenue. And if Barcelona, they go down this route where they disassociate themselves with Nike and decide to sponsor themselves, Barcelona, they do have the brand recognition to just say, hey, we can make our own shirts and we're going to be sponsoring that. And I honestly see this as a good move, as long as, for example, we can find, a distributor and a manufacturer who can actually make the shirts, for example, we would be perfectly fine. And honestly, having 100% of the profits come to Barcelona, it's a good move. It's a good move. Just I would want to see how much it would have to cost for us to break that the contract with Nike, and from there on, see how to manage things. But guys, what are your thoughts on Barcelona potentially creating their own clothing brand? Are you guys a fan of that? Or are you guys a fan of Nike, for example? Do you like the shirts that they make? Would you like Barcelona to negotiate with them? Or, for example, would you like Barcelona to negotiate with Pumas? I do like the shirts that Puma make, and would you want to see them sponsor the club? But guys, the next now The next piece of discussion I wanted to talk about is Joao Felix, because the situation regarding Joao Felix, it hasn't really changed. But Luis Rojo, a journalist for Marca, has reported that at the moment Barcelona's idea is to request the loan of Joao Felix for one more season. Atletico Madrid wants 70 to 80 million euros for a permanent deal, with Barcelona have no intention of paying. Now I'm so glad at Barcelona. They're not looking to pay that huge transfer fee for Joao Felix, because guys, as much as Joao Felix is talented and he can at times be the difference maker, Joao Felix just isn't consistent enough. And if you're paying 70 to 80 million for a player, you're talking about the world class difference makers and players who are at the elite of the football level. And you're talking about your Jude Bellinghams, you're talking about your Vinny Juniors, your Holland, your De Bruyne. There's all these type of elite players who can basically decide a game on their own. And just Joao Felix, I don't think he belongs at that level. I believe he belongs maybe a tier or two below that. And honestly, I think a perfect price tag for Joao Felix would be maybe like 30 million, something like that. But looking at how Barcelona, they have other priorities on the field, prioritizing a pivot, prioritizing a left winger. Joao Felix, he doesn't fit any of those two roles. And if Joao Felix, he wants to stay at the club, one more loan season, I don't see that as a bad option. Joao Felix on manageable wages, low wages, and on loan for one more season, that's very good business for Barcelona. Just once again, I'm glad that Barcelona, they have no intention of paying that, and I would not pay that price whatsoever. But guys, now in regards to, for example, player loans and an update in regards to these players, I want to talk about Serginho Des and some other players, because reportedly from Ferran Martinez and GB Sanz, two journalists for Mundo Deportivo, these are Barcelona's sort of transfer plans in regards to players on loan. Well, at least two players who are in the first team, they're going to be leaving, and that's Sergio Roberto and Marcos Alonso. They are expected to leave Barcelona at the end of the season. Barcelona, they're very happy with Hector Fort, and he is expected to be in the first team dynamics, offering an option on both flanks. Julian Araujo, who is on loan at Las Palmas, and he's honestly been having a very good season at Las Palmas. He has basically become a regular and has played the majority of the games for Las Palmas. He's enjoying a very good stint there, and both him and Alex Valle, who is at loan at Levante, they were expected to do the preseason with the first team. Which following which the market evolution, and the coach will decide on the future. And two other players. It's Mario Hermoso of Atletico Madrid. He's free at the end of the season on Barcelona's radar, and Barcelona, in regards to Joao Cancelo, want him to stay. And in regards to Paulo Torre and Eric Garcia, two players who will be coming back on loan and will be staying with the club and doing preseason. But I've just thrown a lot of information at you guys once again, and so let's break this down. Well, first team players, you have Marcos Alonso and Sergio Roberto. These two players are expected to leave. Okay, satisfactory. Joao Cancelo, I'm a fan of Joao Cancelo. He's been doing really well. And honestly, for 25 to 30 million for a right back of his quality, I think that's a steal. And Barcelona, I do think that they should be paying that fee. In regards to, for example, some loan players, you have Dest, you have Julian Araujo, you have Paulo Torre, and you have Alex Valle. Four players who are doing really well at their teams. Dest playing for PSV, playing well. You have Julian Araujo playing well, Paulo Torre and Eric Garcia, playing well as well. And funny enough, guys, all these loans, they're actually having decent seasons. That's usually not the case at Barcelona. And all of these guys, they will be coming back in the summer. And with the new coach, they will be doing preseason with Barcelona, and we will be able to see, hey, are they ready to stay here for Barcelona for one more season, or are we going to be looking to sell them or loan them? And in regards to Mario Hermoso from Atletico Madrid, the Spanish center back, he will be on a free at the end of the season, and so Barcelona, they're keeping him on the radar to basically decide, is he an option to reinforce that center back position if Barcelona, for example, they do need to make a big sale. And my thoughts on the whole situation is just, hey, let's wait until the summer. Let's bring these players back. Let's have them do preseason with us with a new coach, and then from there on, we'll make our decision. But guys, that was it for the video for today. Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that we have discussed on today's video. What do you guys make of Barcelona potentially creating their own clothing brand? What do you guys make of Joao Felix? How much would you guys pay for Joao Felix? Would you guys keep him on loan for another season, or would you say, hey, this is space, this is FFP space that Joao Felix is taking. Let's not keep him for another season. And what do you guys make of all these loan players? Serginho Dest, Alex Valle, Paulo Torre, and Eric Garcia. What do you guys make of these guys? And would you guys be looking to bring them on in the summer? Would you guys be looking to sell them? Or would you guys be looking, for example, to give them an opportunity? But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in, and catch you guys all in the next video. Peace.